recording. Oops. I didn't realize the camera was turned that way. Hello. I am going live here on YouTube because I actually have stuff to do around the office today. So I thought, why don't I just do it live and chit chat with you guys about a few things. So let's see how this goes because I actually have things to do. That's the benefit of going live and just kind of doing what you have to do and don't stop doing what you're doing. Okay. But anyways, I wanted to jump on here because I went live on Instagram yesterday. Was that yesterday? I think it was. Yes, it was yesterday. I went live on Instagram yesterday, and so I was like, I want to go live on YouTube today because yesterday I was just talking to them all about like faith, and I kind of was doing a Q&A. I literally was like, y'all just drop y'all's questions, and I just sat there and answered. But today I actually have stuff to do. Like, I got to clean up this office and stuff. So I was like, why don't I just clean up? And if you guys have some questions, drop some questions in this chat and we can chat. So hello, Shireen. Hello, Dawn. Thank you, Dawn. Hello, Faith. How are you guys? How are y'all doing? Where are y'all tuning in from? And I need to go get a trash bag. And excuse me, if you see me take off these shoes, it's because there's no point in wearing them in this office. Have you guys heard that song on TikTok? It's like, Mom, leave me alone. I want to be famous. I don't know. That song's stuck in my head today. Okay, let's see. Hello, you guys. Thank you guys for tuning in. I decided to come on here and go live because actually I need to clean up my office and it's pretty messy. I'm not going to lie. And so I told myself, clean up the office. But I was like, but I also want to go live, but I also want to clean up the office. So I was like, let's just do both. And in the meantime of going live and cleaning up this office, I thought I could go ahead and answer some questions for you guys. Okay, excuse the crazy hair. Excuse the craziness today, y'all. It's just a regular day at the office. Truly, I didn't even feel like doing any kind of outfit today. I actually didn't even want to come today. Those days happen. I know we all encounter those, but I don't know. Today I just didn't feel it. I just felt real blah, okay? It may be a girl thing or something. I don't know. Our hormones, whatever. But I felt super blah this morning. But I have a video coming really soon about getting out of your feelings and just doing the thing and showing up. And so that's what I had to do today. I had to get out of my feelings. I had to get out of my funk or whatever I was in and just have to be like, Morgan Tracy, we got things to do. We got things we said we were going to accomplish. We had told people things we were going to get done. So let's do it. Like, what's the excuse? So anyways, let me quit talking. Let me go in this office and get this trash out of here. But yes, so I went live on Instagram yesterday, you guys. And I went live on Instagram yesterday, so I thought I would go live on YouTube today. Excuse me. I'm going to clean up this office. And, oh, there's a bag in here already. But, so I realized, let's go live. Let's see how we're doing right now in this crazy place called the world. And, like, how are we doing in general, you know? So I will say, if you guys have a question for me, you're so welcome to drop your questions right there. Also, too, I think I saw this in one of my newest video this Monday that went out about like going through hard times. I talked about a lot of loss. I lost from probably around April up into the end of June. I lost quite a bit of people in my life, like to death, and grief was crazy. Grief has been crazy, but thank God we have a Lord, and we know we have a promise in everlasting life. So that gives me a lot of hope and peace. But grief is still grief. Like, you still grieving the loss of those people. So that's what that video was about. If you have not checked that out yet, about going through hard times and kind of what has helped me on this journey. Dawn asked me a question. How do you stay faithful watching non-believers have massive success, but it almost like Christians have a long road of success on YouTube? That's really truthful, girl. I'm not gonna lie. When I first started, I watched some girls like in the natural hair care movement grow to 1 million in 1 year. And I was like, I had been on YouTube for 2 years at that time. And I was so like in my feelings. Like, I've been on this thing for 2 years doing this faith content, but this girl does her curly routines over and over in different products, and bam, she gets $1 million in 1 year. And so that's really challenging, honestly, in the beginning, and it was. But I always say you got to stick true to who you are and what's inside of you. Now, granted, I love hair, I love fashion, but what's truly inside of me is I wanted to help God's daughters beyond the hair and fashion. I wanted to pour into them. I wanted to help them beyond that. And so I will say that's what helped me, because I remember I tried to tap into a little more like hair care tutorials and stuff, and it just felt blah. It felt like I was so bored. Like I would be in the middle of recording one and be like, I don't like this. Like literally. And so then I was like, okay, this is not for you. Like you've got to stick to what is for you and what feels good for you and what you know is naturally just inside of you. And in that, and with that being said, if you know what's naturally inside of you, then bam, you're good, you're ready, you're like, you know what naturally flows from you. So anyways, I talked on YouTube, well, not YouTube, I've got a reel that I'm posting hopefully Thursday on Instagram, and it's showing me kind of just one day coming into the office. I mean, my hormonal acne was acting up, and I kept putting off recording this video because I just didn't feel confident. I didn't feel pretty. I didn't feel cute. I didn't feel confident. And it was a fashion video, the one I just dropped. And I did some behind the scenes of that. And I showed myself like that morning, like just feeling so insecure. And I'm like, man, I know I love fashion. I know I love this stuff, but sometimes I don't love me, you know, like in it. And I don't love my waist, I don't love my stomach, I don't love my arms, right? And like it was all the insecurities in the world. And literally, I just was like, Morgan, you got to push through this. And I did, thankfully. And I will say, in just pushing through and creating that, I had a really fun time with creating that video. Like that was a fun video for me to create. And so I would just share this with you. If you are having a day like me, like I said today, if you just jumped on this live, I said today was a day where I did not want to come to the office. I was just not feeling it. I felt like, ugh. Like I literally could have just laid on the couch with my little dog all day, ate a salad or something and been good. And that would be perfectly fine. But I have to show you the reality of when life is not going the way you thought it would go. Let me get this trash. When life is not going the way you think it should go, when things aren't lining up, like, man, I'm making this much now, so this all should be easy now. When things are not aligning the way you think that they should align, are you just going to throw in the towel and lay down? Or are you going to get up and say, you know what? The Lord has given me a vision. Not my tripod holder just dropping my phone. But it's like the Lord has given me vision. The Lord has given me understanding. The Lord has given me so much. So with all that being said, why don't I just get up? And that's what I had to remember. Like, Morgan, the Lord has given you an office. Like, the Lord has given you a car. Granted, you need to get an oil change. Granted, you got a low tire. You got to go get figured out today. But the Lord has given you a car to get to your office, to go create. The Lord has given you a phone. The Lord has given you cameras and lights. And the Lord has given you these things so you have breath in your lung. Go and do the thing, even though it's not the way you think it should be right now, even though the office isn't glammed out the way you want it to be glammed out, even though the bank account or the way things are supposed to be for you right now is not going that way. But I want to encourage you, don't let that stop you. Reality is when you decide to take action, that's how you push past that depressive, down, whatever. You have to just take massive action. Like I've learned that. Literally, I'm like, I don't want to do this. Just get up. Like I'm not going to work out. Just get up. Like, you know, just try to just take action, massive action in that moment. And also to change your posture. This is something that I learned a lot with some speakers. It's like when you're going through things, you're kind of just like, blah, right? And so it's like change your posture. So I know when I'm getting ready, I'm at the house, I'm just like, I don't feel it today. I am just not in the mood. This is not for me. This is not the vibe. I am not here mentally, emotionally, nothing, right? You know what I have to do? I have to say, okay, I go on my Pinterest board and I'm like, what outfit can I put together that makes me feel cute? First off, okay. Because if I feel better without myself, even on the outside, it's going to make me show up better. So what can I put on that makes my shoulders go from slumped to back? What can I do and operate like to be the woman that God has showed me I can be? What does she look like? What if today I don't feel it at all, but I'm going to dress as close as I can to her? okay? So that's kind of what I have to challenge myself on, especially the days, y'all, when this mug gets real, okay? And so I would just say it's like, it's really something you're going to have to press yourself out of when you're having those days. Now, granted, take a day, give yourself time, but I have a lot going on. I couldn't have just said, I'm not going to work today and I'm laying on the couch all day. I would have loved to say that, but I can't. I couldn't say that. I already had things I promised people. I have deadlines. I have stuff to do. And so I was like, you got to go. Like, there's just no ifs, ands, or buts. Even though you technically are your own boss, God is still your boss, and the word that you give people is your boss. God is what holds you accountable. And so if I give somebody my word, I'm gonna pay you this, then I'm gonna pay you that. You know what I mean? Or we're gonna get this out and do this, then that's what we're gonna do. And so I want to encourage you, like, if you started your day off kind of like mine did, it might not look like it because I'm sitting here on live and I didn't even have to tell you all this. I could have been like, hey girl, the Lord is so good. This has been a great day. This has been so beautiful. No, I did not want to get into the office. I was not feeling anything today. I did not feel the best in my stomach. Didn't just feel the best mentally. Like, just like, like the only way I can explain it was, like that's how I felt. And I was like, you know what? I don't want to go, but I'm going to go. I don't feel fully up for it, but we're going to do it. Like, you know what I mean? We're just going to get it done. And so I will encourage you, if you are ever become a business owner, if you're someone who feels called to purpose and ministry or business or anything, you're going to have to learn how to do that. You're going to have to learn to look at your accounts and say, oh, wow, we still got to pay so-and-so $1,000 and all we got is $300. So I can lay here and I can get mad and I can be depressed, so to speak. Or what I can do is I can seek the Lord. I can say, Lord, allow me to work my hands, because I know if I show up, you will show out. So Lord, just allow me to show up. Allow me to put myself out there. Allow me to step out on a little faith. Allow me to write the book. Allow me to launch the product. Allow me to market to people a different. Allow me to tell them about the thing you put in my heart to do. Allow me to step up to that plate, God. And I know if as long as I show up, you will show out. And so that's all I have to tell myself. Even on days I do not feel like doing things, on days when it's time to market a product and I'm like, I don't want to do the marketing. I just want to do the ministry part. I just want to speak, whatever. And it's like, oh, but you got to market your book. Like, you got to market these things to keep lights on, And so I was like, I don't want to do that. But even when I encounter that, I'm like, you know what, Morgan? All you do is show up and you speak and you tell them about the thing, but God is the one who brings the overflow. God is the one who brings the order. So daughter of God, I don't know about you, but you may be looking at some things in your life like, I don't know how these things are going to work out, but as long as you show up, even when you don't want to, even when you're insecure, even when you feel overweight, even when you feel like your skin don't look the best, or your teeth don't look the best, or your body don't look the best, or what people may say about you, even when you show up, regardless of all that, when you decide to show up, God shows out. And he ain't never failed me yet, y'all. And I'm speaking from places where I have showed up finally last minute. I mean, like, I could have showed up 2 weeks before, but then I'll show up at the very last minute and God still shows out. Okay? So I just want to encourage you, girl. You got to come up to, you got to take, if you're always like, gosh, like I'm always struggling and I feel like God has forgotten about me, or God has isolated me, or God is not with me, or I feel like God is this and God is that. If you always have that, it's time to take your faith to another level. You just have to say, okay, you know what? I'm going to show up, Lord. Show me any way to show up. If that's by writing a book, if that's by volunteering, if that's by helping out somebody, if that's by sending out my resume to somebody and getting a second little side gig job, if that's by, if I want to really work in ministry and then working with somebody who does ministry to kind of learn the back end, whatever it is, right? God, I'm going to show up in the way you called me to show up. God, if that's just me reapplying to the school, if that's just me trying to get my finances, putting money here and putting money there, taking my little extra money I have this month and paying off something or paying it towards something, whatever that is, show up, girl. I want to tell you, if you show up, God shows out. Like, I have seen that over and over and over again. And I'm supposed to be cleaning up, y'all. That's why I went on live, because I said I can go live and I can clean up at the same time. And my office gets really messy over a few days because I just like eat in here, I study in here, I throw everything around in here. So I am cleaning up. But let me see, there was some questions. So I will say, guys, this is a Q&A, my bad. But somebody asked a question, I missed it, and I seen something about loneliness. I don't know who that was, but they was like, what do you do with loneliness, like when you're going through loneliness? And I will say this, if you are somebody who's been going through loneliness and all of that, I want to encourage you, girl. We are starting this thing called online experience. sorry y'all, we're starting this thing called an online experience. And check out if you're on my email list, check it out. Also check out the link in all my recent videos, that newest video. Or it's a video, or it's going to be called an online experience, and it's to help you find community. Okay? And so if you are somebody who is needing community, I'm sorry y'all, I'm really gotta clean up this place. But if you are somebody who's been needing community, then that online experience will probably be very helpful for you. Send me a DM, send me an email, info@hisdaughter's-closet, if you're interested. There's only, I think, 500 seats, and people have already, we launched it last week, and people already started buying seats. So I don't know how many seats we currently have left, but I'm pretty sure we have like 100 plus seats left. Okay, so go ahead if you're someone who needs community. If you're a girl that's like, man, Morgan, I need to be connected, I feel isolated and lonely, I need to be around a women of faith, I need to be on a Zoom where people are praying over me and speaking into me. Like, if that's what, I'm sorry y'all, Wi-Fi kind of was tripping. I think they're working on different buildings beside me or whatever. But anyways, I'll just say that if you're someone who needs community and you're always isolated and you're always lonely, grab you a seat to the online experience. Our goal is to do these every single month, and it just brings community. Okay, so it just brings community. That's all it does. All right, that was oh, I see it. I am Shireen. That was one who asked that, how to deal with loneliness. That was a good question, Shireen. That's how you deal with loneliness. That y'all, I had to go out and get this. But yeah, that is how you deal with loneliness. That is how you deal with all of that. Let me grab this real quick. But I realized YouTube on my phone does not work like YouTube on the laptop. So I will share that link with you guys. If you're interested in it, you can check it out and see if you are somebody who needs community at this time, then you can. But I will say this, sorry, I had to go over here. If you are somebody who's really looking for just ways to get more connected to the Lord, more closer, even in your journey, then I think that's nothing wrong with that. Check out even some of my free resources that I have at my website to really help you on that journey. Don't go at it alone, because there's no need, boo. No need to go at it alone. Okay, I just shared with you guys that link. I'm gonna try to pin it from here. This is so trash. Pin message. Okay. So my goal is to just really help you on that journey, girl. And that link right there is where, if you're somebody who wants a little more community, you can check that out. We're doing that October 15th. So you have a few weeks and before it happens. All right. Samantha said, how do you stay encouraged when your financial situation isn't going well and you struggle with saving? Girl, how do you stay encouraged? Just that's everything I just talked about. You just get up and you keep working and you keep trying. And you have to also give yourself time. This is what I tell the ladies in my mentorships and stuff. You have to take like 15 minutes out of your month, or at the beginning of your month, and just sit down and think of, what are more ways that I can increase my income? Do I need, truly, if I'm always in the negative, and I'm speaking from experience, okay? Like, always in the negative, always behind, always playing catch up. There's something I got to start doing a little different to make sure that I stay above water, right? And now, granted, you just show up and the Lord will show out. So all you have to ask the Lord to show you is where to show up at. You can't bring the overflow. God will bring the overflow. You just got to show up and put in that work. So I always notice the months that I had the worst financial months was when I did the less work. I didn't show up that much. I might have showed up in one area that was more comfortable, but I didn't show up in the areas that were uncomfortable, right? And so I will say, I've learned over time that if I really want to see the overflow in my life, I just got to be willing to show up wherever God is telling me to show up at. That's going to be different for quite a bit of us, because we're all in like different maybe spheres and careers and all of that. But somebody might have a little ebook that they've already wrote and already designed, and they already have it. They just have not promoted it. And that could be an extra $400 a month or $300 a month to your income. Somebody may have a gift of graphic design. They still have their 9 to 5, but if they took a little bit like new clients, they might have an extra $1,000 a month right there, plus their job. I know when I had my full 9 to 5 job, I designed ministry websites on the side. So that's why I designed my website, and ladies would come and say, Morgan, who designed your website? And I would say, I designed it. Would you like me to design yours? And I would go and design their websites. This was years and years ago. But I would go design their websites for about $1,000. I think it would be between like $5 to $1,000, depending on how much I had to design and how big the website was going to be. But I would go and design their website, get them all set up on everything. And that would be an extra $1,000 almost into my personal ministries account every month. And that was years ago. That was like 2018, right? And then I started selling products and stuff. So I quit designing websites and all that. But I will say, if all else fails, if let's say I looked up tomorrow and I didn't have nothing, I could go back to designing websites. I could go back to selling certain products and templates. I could do that, right? So I want to encourage you never to limit yourself. Don't be like, oh, there's no way I'm ever going to make more money. And just say, Lord, give me ideas on how to. What can I do, Lord, to make more so that I can be blessed? Because remember, you are the church. The Lord wants to bless you. The Lord holds no good thing from you. Okay? So, let me see. All right, my phone is like, the thing it's on is janky. Okay, so janky. But also, ladies, I want to tell y'all this. We are going through, our country in general is going through a lot, So I will encourage you to be kind of easier on yourself. And when you're going through these hard times, just know that this will have to pass. And that's some of my biggest inspiration, is knowing the times that I found myself in, I've been here before, right? Like, you've been through something like this before. You're going to be all right. You're going to be fine. And I will say this, if you are somebody who feels like you've been through things before, but it's not giving, it's like still challenging, and you might need a little personal help, I want to encourage you. There's a link I just dropped. Hopefully it pops up. Yeah, there's a link I just dropped. And that link right there is to something that I don't do very often, but I've been doing about once a month now. It's called like coaching. It's called mentorship calls, and it kind of has a coaching call vibe, but it's all about mentorship. And I've been doing that for women, and we closed that after we got our first like 20, or after our first like 30 or 40 spots were filled. They're quite a bit, honestly, on me, but I enjoy them. Like, literally, you guys, if you're ever somebody who's already booked one with me, you already know. Like, they are so good for me. They're so good for them. Like, it's powerful, okay? And I even shared this story where there was one lady who booked a call with me, and I didn't know her whole story yet. I didn't know her, but she's part of the ministry. And she books this call, and in the first few minutes of the call, I hear the Lord say, refund her money. And I was like, so she's talking and I'm going on the back end, and I'm refunding her money. And then it's like, she's still talking a little bit. And then she's like, and I had to walk up here to school and get my daughter. This was during the school time too. She's like, I had to walk up here and grab my daughter. My car is out. And I really just booked this call on faith because I really needed guidance from the Lord. And so I started giving her, a lot of personal things I can't tell now, but just a lot of stuff. And then I had to tell her, I was like, hey, it's so crazy you're telling me all this stuff, because just looking at you, I would have never guessed, but I heard the Lord tell me to just to refund you your money, like to just give it back to you. And she was like, what? And I was like, yeah, it might take like 4 to 5 business days, but we already, I already did it. And she just was like, that's so crazy, because like I used like the last bit of money I had to book this. And I was like, that is wild. And I was like, you have, like, she has such a faith, amen, that shows you. She had such a faith that I didn't know that was the case. She wouldn't have probably even told me that would have been the case if I didn't refund her the money. But I gave it back to her. Not saying that the moment of time that we spent and talked wasn't of value. It was very valuable. But sometimes, you know, the Lord just leads things the way he leads things. So anyways, y'all, I'm blabbering right now. But I just wanted to share that link with you, because if you are somebody who wanted to get, if you've tried and there was no spots left, or you've seen it already filled up, you can, there are only 20 seats I think we're going to take for this, if I'm not mistaken. Once you click that link, it'll tell you how many seats. And if it still allows you to click that link and go all the way through, then that means the seats are not taken yet. Now, when it stops you at the checkout page, then that means the seats are taken. So if somebody ever wanted to get on a one-on-one with me, and I would tell you, it's literally, it says it's 25 minutes, but literally we always go to 30. I always give a 5-minute grace window, because I always start in the beginning. The first 5 minutes, I always just kind of want to get to know you. So I just talk to you and your life. If there's mountains, if there's anything you've been trying to push to get through, I ask questions like that to kind of make you think and dig. And then after that, before we know it, we are in the nitty gritty of it. And God always just gives divine insight also too. And then just some real tangible tasks, like action steps to take. Step 1, you need to do this. Step 2, really, really tangible ones. So if you're somebody who's been needing a helping hand, check out that link. If you're somebody who's been needing community, check out the link above that, okay? Just so you guys can have that. But there's a girl who asked a question. Her name is Bree. Are you planning any in-person events anytime soon? Super bummed I didn't get to attend one of your Bible studies in Tulsa. Oh, thank you, Bree. Actually, I am going to be having our first, it's technically not our first event at his daughter's closet. I think it was yeah, okay. It's not our first. But this 2024, we are currently in works of that right now, and it's crazy. It's so beautifully crazy. But in 2024, we're going to have our first in-person, it's not a conference, but we're going to have one full-day event in Tulsa, Oklahoma, where we're inviting all the ladies to come out to Tulsa, a part of his daughter's closet, or the YouTube family as well, to just come and spend a day with us as we pour into you and have some good times. And so we're planning that right now for 2024. And so, yeah, Bree, hopefully you will get to be a part of that and, get to experience that. And I'm very excited. But that's causing me a lot of faith, honestly, because I am just someone who loves online events. If you have not checked out that link above that says the top link, that is about the online events. I love doing online events because it's just so comfortable and I can have so many people. I mean, we can have up to 500, up to 1,000 or more on these online events. And so that's just it's really convenient. And so, and doing an in-person event right now, I have a really great friend of mine running all of that and getting all that set up for me. And she's doing amazing. And so she's just, handling things. And I'm over here scared out of my mind, okay, is that how it goes? Yeah, I don't know anything about truly setting up events or anything. I just kind of show up, So yeah, hopefully that will bless you guys. All right. All right. Dawn said we should do a fast in preparation for the in-person event. We probably will. We'll see, because right now we don't have our date set in stone, or we're still getting clarity and everything from the venue. And so once we get all that, we will get way more. Y'all will know early on. We're trying to get things set up, hopefully before the year is up, so that y'all will have time all the way up into next year to get your tickets and to get your flights and everything you may have to get, especially if you live out of state. Or girl, just, fill up that gas tank, call it a day, okay? But anyways, so yeah, guys, I came on here because I wanted to do a Q&A and clean up, and literally all I did was get one bag together. I think I'm too big of a talker to get things together. Oh, yeah, I think I'm too big of a talker, but it feels hot in here now. It feels hot in here. It's getting hot in here. Yeah, it was 76 in here, so it's kind of warm. But, sorry y'all, I'm fixing all this stuff up. But I will share this with you guys, because someone asked this, when you're going through a lot of financial struggles and just struggles in general, those financial struggles can lead to a lot of mental struggles, depression, make you feel like, I don't know what I'm doing with my life. Just make you feel really like, is God even here with me? Is God for me? Is God blessing me? Did he forget about me? That can make you really think and feel all of that. And so if you are somebody who has experienced all of that, then, or going through that currently right now, I will just encourage you to first off, breathe. Know that this will pass. Like, this situation will pass, okay? Key point blank period. This situation will pass. And even if you're playing catch up, even if you feel overwhelmed about all of that, this will pass. But you just have to sit down and be clear on where things are going. And this is something I had to do, and I've had to do this many times in my ministry, where I've had to be like, oh, we got to take a break with that particular person. Like, we can't have a social media manager right now, because that's taking too much out of this area. Like, we need to balance this out. Like, sometimes you need to go look at your subscriptions and be like, do I really need that photo stream subscription? Like, do I really need Amazon Prime right now? Right? Like, sometimes you got to go and look at some things and be like, do I really need this? Like, sometimes you got to cut back. And I think that is going to probably help you. But also, this is the truth. You got to be willing to be honest. And that's hard when you are going through things in the ministry or business and things are getting tight. It's sometimes very hard to be honest with people, even coworkers. Sometimes it's hard to be honest sometimes with my employees. Like, hey, y'all, like, so we're going to have to cut this back. And this, like, sometimes that's really hard to do, but sometimes you just got to do it. So you got to do the same thing with your finances. You got to do the same thing for your life. Sometimes you got to be like, you know what, this is getting really tight. And so we're going to have to cut back this and this. And then, like, do I really need all that? Maybe I don't need that much. Like, you know, so be honest with yourself and be willing to take your breaks. And sometimes you don't have to say, like, oh, I'm never going to get this back. Say, I'm going to take a break from this for a month. I'm going to remove this subscription for 1 month. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes you just have to take small little breaks. But don't put yourself in a place where you feel like, oh, I've got to have it perfect, or I've got to, like, cut every single thing off. I can never buy groceries or eat out. Like, no, you're going to need food. You're going to need to survive. So I want to encourage you just to cut off the things that you know that are not truly of a lot of value, if that makes sense. So cut those things down. If you have a subscription, even if you think, oh, it's just $15, but that $15 could go to gas. Like, you know what I mean? So don't overthink it. Just trying to just be like, if there's something that you could limit. Also, like I said, I'm saying this to you guys because I'm saying this back to myself. Don't be ashamed to tell others that you are, like, tight, or it's tight for you, or it's a struggle for you, or you need extension. Like, hey, I need a little more time. I need an extension. I need a little time. This is a tighter month, or this happened, or this happened. Like, you don't be afraid to have those really, like, when it comes to finances, we can be really rough and scary and all that. But truly, take the burden off of you. Just keep working your field. Keep showing up. Keep putting in that work. Don't stop putting in that work. Don't stop that. And you will start to see yourself come out of that season. But the key is keep putting in that work, right? And that you show up, God shows out, right? We're back to that again. But yeah, so hopefully I answered some of you guys' questions. I don't know if I missed anyone. Where is our focus? Where is our focus? Is it on who you know God made you to be, or is it who your mind tries to make you think? Yes, exactly. I don't know what that was about. But Samantha was the one who asked about the financial situation. Like, how do you keep the faith when you have a really rough financial situation? And how you keep that faith, girl, you breathe. And you might feel this weight of everything falling on you. And this is what you say, Lord, give me an idea. Give me one idea. And I will run with that idea. I will work that idea. I will show up for that idea. Give me one idea. And after I dropped it in this week's Monday morning coffee message about how to get through a hard season, and one of the tips were your ideas. Some of my hardest seasons, financial, God brought me so much ideas. I remember we launched a course called Blog Faithfully, and in one day, I made like $1,000 in one day. And I remember I was like, what the world? You know, like I made maybe $30 at one day in the ministry if I was, you know, selling ebooks maybe, or $100 maybe. But I remember, and I was in a tight financial place. I needed a lot of money to come up with so I could move to this new city at the time. And I launched this idea that God had given me months and months before. And that idea brought in $1,000 within like a week. But then I think within the next 3 to 4 weeks, it brought in so much. And I was so shocked. Like I was flabbergasted. And so still to this day, when I'm going through really tough times, I say, Lord, give me an idea. If it's templates, if it's a Canva course, if it's this, like, give me an idea, Lord, and I will work that idea to the fullest. Okay, so hopefully this live helps you and blesses you. If you're somebody who's been wanting to get on a call with me and chat like one-on-one, there is a link right there pinned, and check it out. There's only 20 spots as of today. But tomorrow we're launching it to the whole ministry. The ladies inside the email list, they get that email tomorrow. And so I just will tell you, it probably will be pretty filled up after tomorrow. But just so you know, if you're interested in one of those spots, go ahead, check it out. The reason you'll know it's still open is when you go to check out, it will allow you to check out. If it doesn't allow you to check out, that means all the spots are filled, okay? But I would just tell you that we're only taking 20 because I'm just one person, and it gets a lot, honestly. So hopefully that will inspire you to just check this out and possibly get on your journey. Now, let's say you're like, I don't want a one-on-one call with you, I'm Gucci girl, then check out the other link I dropped a little before that. That link is all about my online experience, and we're doing that we're going to start doing that every month, but we're doing it this month on That Christian Girl. Next month is on Put the Map, like, what is the word? That's like put the you back in YouTube, for the people who want to like start a YouTube or something. But really, it's all faith, and it's all just community, and it's all kind of building that faith-based business or ministry or whatever that God's put on your heart. So yeah, if you're interested in any of those, click that link. Let me know, girl. If you have any questions, email me, chat with me, hit me up on Instagram, and I will get back to you. Also, yeah, if you follow me on Instagram, if you haven't already followed me on Instagram, Morgan Tracy J. Okay. And I'm trying to think, is there anything else? No, I don't think so. I got to clean up, though. I still have to clean up. Y'all haven't. I got on live for 30-something minutes, and I didn't clean up a thing. So I do need to clean up, actually. And so, yeah, hopefully you check out that link. And there's a video coming out Friday and next Monday. Prayerfully next Monday, as long as I can stick to my schedule and not slip up. And I really hope that you know, we can just connect more and get more acquainted. And my goal is to try to do more lives. I don't know if you've noticed, I've been doing more lives because I just noticed like that's more beneficial. And that's an easier Q&A. Trust me, it's way faster than getting questions and setting up the camera and the lights and sitting down and going through the questions. Like, it's a lot easier this way. So hopefully this helps you guys. If you're interested in getting on a one-on-one chat with me, click that link right there. I know it will bless you. So many women, actually, I think it's been like 34 or 35 women have already got so blessed by those. And now we're opening it back up. And we haven't done that in a while because, you know, it's been so many ladies in there. But once we kind of fished through them and got them good, now we're opening it back up. So if you want to be one of the next 20 ladies that I get to chat with one-on-one and just kind of mentor you and help you through your journey, send you follow-up emails, give you homework, check on you within the next 3 to 4 weeks after that to see how you're doing. If you are someone who wants to experience that and be a part of that, click that link right there. I hope it blesses you. If you're somebody who's like, I just want community, and then you know what? If you just want community, all you have to do is click the go to my website, or just check out the email list if you're already on there. And it's all about our online experience. If you're somebody who still wants to just get saved, go to hisdaughter'scloset.com/saved. Get saved, rededicate your life. If you're somebody who wants to be a part of my monthly subscription service, where you get monthly masterclasses every month, some from me or some from other experts on how to be an influencer, speaker, ministry founder, business runner, CEO, all that stuff, then there's a whole nother link called Social University for you. over there. So there's a whole lot going on, okay? So trust me, whatever you need, you'll eventually find something along the journey. But most of all, girl, you need Jesus. So you don't need me to give you Jesus. You know, you can get him yourself. So hopefully you guys, this live blessed you. I'm just rambling now. I guess I'm gonna go and get on with my day. Oh, and hold on, we started this off saying I did not want to be here today. I did not want to come in today. I was not feeling it. I felt but I showed up anyways. And so we have a video coming next week about just look up and show up, okay? So hopefully this inspires you now. No matter what your insecurities are, no matter what your struggle is and your financial struggles or what you're going through, no matter what, girl, if you catch yourself slumped over, not able to get up, not want to move around, change your posture. Lord, help me get through this day. Help me not allow the weight of finances or the weight of failure or the weight of decisions or what's to come or where I'm headed, or allow none of this to crush me, but allow me to continue to walk. And we gave a word on Monday, yesterday's morning coffee, that when you're going through the hardest season of your life and you're going through so much crushing, you're producing the most oil. And that is why you need to move on your ideas, because in the crushing is when the oil flows. So girl, don't be running from that crushing. I know it's hard. I know it's uncomfortable. I know you don't understand it. And I know you want to snap your fingers and this season be over with so you can get on to the next and be Gucci and living lavish and living your best life. But go through this now. Go through the crushing so you can produce the oil that is necessary for your purpose. All right? I love you guys, and I'll see you later. Bye. Check out those links. The online experience if you need community, one-on-one coaching if you need some one-on-one help. Bye.